We've all lived this story, haven't we? You work on your mindset. You take the course. You read the book. And for a while, miracles happen. Money starts flowing in from unexpected places. Relationships that were broken suddenly heal. Your health improves. It feels like magic. And then, silence. The results vanish. And you're left wondering, why did it stop working? Is it just bad luck? Is it some cruel twist of fate? No. It's none of those things. It is a specific, invisible law of the universe that you were obeying. And then, without realizing it, you stopped. If you are tired of this roller coaster, this constant cycle of taking one step forward only to slide 2 steps back, then you need to listen very, very closely. Because today, we aren't talking about how to achieve success. We've all heard that 1,000 times. Today, we are talking about why you keep losing it, and more importantly, how to make it permanent. Let's start with a hard truth about the human mind. Have you ever treated your mind like a finished meal? You think to yourself, okay, I read the self-help book. I did the affirmations. I meditated for a week. I'm full now. I don't need to eat anymore. This is the biggest trap of personal development. You see the incredible results you got, and you think it was a one-time magical event. You forget that the result didn't come from magic. It came from a process. It came from you controlling the inputs to your mind. Imagine a world-class bodybuilder. They train for years, day in and day out. They sculpt their body until they look like a Greek statue. Now, what do you think happens if they stop training today? If they just decide, I've done enough work, and spend the next year on the couch? Does their body stay that way out of respect for all their past hard work? Of course not. It reverts. The muscles atrophy. The definition fades. The body returns to its default state. Your mind, your energy, and your entire life operate under the exact same principle. There is a brutal, unyielding law in this universe, and it's this. As long as you drink water, you are hydrated. It's a simple cause and effect. But if you don't drink water for even one day, you get thirsty. It doesn't matter if you were the most hydrated person on the planet yesterday. It doesn't matter at all. If you stop drinking water today, you will eventually die of thirst. The past has no credit here. It's the same with your mindset. You cannot say, oh, I was really positive last month, so I have a free pass to be negative and complain today. It doesn't work like that. Your mind needs positivity, gratitude, and focus, like your lungs need oxygen. It's not a one-time fix. It's a constant requirement. The moment you stop consciously breathing, you suffocate. The moment you stop consciously guarding your thoughts, your life starts to drift back into chaos, lack, and struggle. You might not notice it for a day or even a week, but just like the bodybuilder, the reversion is happening. The default programming is taking over. So, if we must guard our thoughts constantly, what exactly are we guarding them from? This brings us to the core of today's message. I call it the law of essence. Please, burn this into your mind. Whatever you pay attention to, whether it's the news on TV, a text message from a friend, a social media post, a song on the radio, you are sending out powerful frequencies related to the essence of that subject. I want you to really understand this word. Essence, the underlying feeling, the core vibration of a thing. Let's make this practical. You're at home, you turn on the news. You sit and watch a story about natural disasters, floods destroying homes, people losing everything. Or maybe it's a story about war, or political corruption, or economic collapse. What are you actually doing in that moment? You tell yourself you're just staying informed. But on an energetic level, you're focusing your powerful creative consciousness on destruction, on loss, on grief, on powerlessness, on ingratitude for what you have, because your focus is on what others have lost. You are marinating your mind in the essence of victory. Now, this doesn't mean a flood is going to magically appear in your living room. The universe is more subtle than that. But you have just invited the essence of being a victim of circumstances beyond your control into your life. And so, what happens? A week later, You experience a situation at work where your project is suddenly canceled and your efforts are wasted. You feel powerless. You experience a relationship issue where you feel helpless and unheard. You get an unexpected bill that makes you feel like you're drowning financially. Do you see the connection? It's not the literal event. It's the essence. You focused on the feeling of being a helpless victim, and the universe, which is an impartial mirror, delivered more situations that made you feel exactly that way. You tuned your radio to the victim station, and you started hearing its broadcast in every area of your life. Now, here is the multiplier. This is the part that speeds everything up, for better or for worse, and that multiplier is intensity. If you look at something negative on your phone, say a comment you disagree with, and you just shrug it off and move on, it has very low power. It's like a tiny ripple in a pond. But what if you look at that same thing and you feel a surge of rage? If you read a sad story and you feel deep, gut-wrenching grief, if you see a scary headline and you feel intense, paralyzing fear, that is high voltage creation. That is you taking the essence of that negative thing and plugging it directly into a power plant. The higher the intensity of your emotion, the faster that essence is magnetized into your physical reality. Your strong emotion is a command to the universe. More of this feeling, please. But here's the good news. This is also your salvation, because this law works just as powerfully in the other direction. This is why gratitude isn't just a nice, fluffy idea. It's a powerful, creative tool. If you focus on your blessings, if you look at a simple tree outside your window and truly deeply appreciate its beauty and the life it represents, if you think about someone you love and feel a wave of gratitude so deep that tears start to flow from your eyes, that is her voltage creation of the best kind. In that moment, you are inviting the essence of abundance, the essence of beauty, the essence of love, the essence of miracles. This isn't about burying your head in the sand and ignoring reality. It's about consciously choosing which reality to feed with your attention and your emotion. There are infinite realities available to you at any given moment. There is a reality of lack and struggle, and there is a reality of abundance and ease. Both are equally real. The one you experience is the one you consistently focus on. So, the next time you find your success fading, ask yourself, what have I been drinking? What have I been feeding my mind? Have I been watching news that makes me feel powerless? Have I been engaging in gossip that is rooted in envy? Have I been dwelling on past hurts, steeping myself in the essence of resentment? Or have I been actively, intensely, and consistently looking for things to appreciate? Have I been celebrating my small wins? Have I been focusing on the feeling of success even before it fully manifests? Stop treating your mindset like a finished meal. It is your daily water, your daily oxygen. Guard your attention as if it's the most valuable currency you own. Because it is. Choose the essence you want to experience and feed it with high intensity, positive emotion. Do this not just for a week, but every single day as a non-negotiable practice. What if I told you that your morning routine actually starts the night before? Most people wake up and try to start their engine from zero. They try to force positivity the moment their eyes open. But the secret to a perfect day isn't what you do at 7 a.m. It's what you do the moment before you close your eyes. If you want to stop the cycle of failure, you need to understand the architecture of sleep and a technique I call the Polaris Star. Sleep is a pause button. When you sleep, your vibration is suspended. But here's the secret that most people miss. The morning does not start from zero. The morning starts exactly where last night ended. It is a continuation. Have you noticed? The moment you wake up, the very last thoughts you had before you drifted off to sleep rush back into your head. It's like a switch is flipped, and you are reconnected to the person you were 8 hours ago. Therefore, if you go to sleep worried, you will wake up anxious. If you go to sleep grateful, you will wake up empowered. So, here's the exercise. This is how we fix it. Tonight, before you sleep, do not worry about what didn't happen. Do not check your to-do list. Simply review the good things that happened today. Today, the weather was nice. Today, I had a delicious meal. Today, I had a great idea. Write them down. Or just review them in your mind. Why? Because we are building a bridge. We want to wake up tomorrow already, standing on the bridge of positivity. We want to make the job easy for ourselves. Does this actually work? Let me give you a real-life case study. A friend of mine had a crucial work request. He needed it approved before the holidays. He wrote it down using this method. He visualized it. But then, reality hit. A colleague called him and said, "It's impossible. The person in charge is leaving for a trip today." Now, pause. What would you do in that moment? Most people would panic. They would engage with the essence of failure. But this friend, he stayed in the essence of trust. He said, "I asked God." He didn't fight. He didn't argue. He just held the good feeling. 2 hours later, the phone rang. The trip was canceled. The work was done. Now, I want you to think about this question. Is it possible to have the luxury car, the dream house, and the perfect relationship and feel absolutely nothing? Is it possible to be successful on paper, but spiritually empty? My happiness did not increase because my bank account grew. My bank account grew because my happiness was already high. Do not wait for the car to feel wealthy. Feel wealthy to get the car. That is the paradox. So, how do you apply this today? You wake up riding the wave of last night. But there is one final trap. I call it lifting the heavy stone. Do not set a goal for today that makes your stomach turn. If you say, "Today I will make $1 million," but deep down you feel like a liar, stop. You are creating resistance. If you visualize a desire and you feel worried, doubt, or pressure, stop. The law isn't about forcing. It's about flowing. Go for the simple things today. Like, I want a kind interaction. Let the wheel turn. Let momentum build. When you become a master of appreciating the small things, the big things rush in to find you. True success is not suffering for 40 years to finally rest. True success is happiness now. It is finding beauty now. If you can look at your life, no matter how challenging it seems, and find the hope, find the beauty, find the reason to say thank you, then you have already won. And when you win on the inside, the outside has no choice but to reflect that victory. Start tonight. Count your blessings, build your bridge, and watch how the universe rushes to meet you.